Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Taurus, for today is Eight of Wands. So Wands is fire energy. You could have some fire placements, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but otherwise, this is also a minor arcana. But looking at the picture, there is a beautiful white bird, like a swan. There's a mandala on the crown of the bird. Beautiful energy out here, yellow, golden, teal. For some of you, you could be into paintings, or including yellow and teal colors in your day-to-day. For some of you, you could be in environments that have these colors around. Maybe you're in a field, golden field, and things like that. But, white birds are generally like seeker in spirituality. They are like messengers from other worlds. So for some of you, this could be synchronicities and messages appearing faster, like visions that, come from nowhere. It's like a bird dropping an idea into your head. So for some of you, it could be thoughts and ideas that you had never envisioned before or you never thought of before. So for some of you, it could be that. But otherwise, Eight of Wands is a fast movement energy. It's like fast forward momentum. So you could be seeing a lot of traction on projects that you're working on, things that were stalled or waiting on signatures or permissions or approvals or just your logistics that was holding up. Everything is going to start moving faster now. If your projects were delayed for some reason or not getting the results, not getting the movement forward, there is going to be rapid movement forward. For some of you, if you are not seeing opportunities in the market, for those that are in corporate and in job market, you will see some traction in that front as well. For some of you, this could be travel, traveling a lot, traveling to multiple places. So in short, it's like anything that was stagnant, anything that was stalling or delayed is now ready to move again. It could be in a different direction. It could be in unexpected ways, but there is fast forward movement. So expect a lot of contracts, communication via calls or via text or emails and things like that. But when it comes to communication, Mercury is the planet that governs communication, and that is that's in the shadow energy right now after the retrograde in Cancer. Cancer is your second house of money. So because it's in the post-retrograde shadow energy, Mercury, so there is still need to be some caution in regards to sending messages, double checking what you're writing, what you're reading. I'm double checking your timings, contracts, before you sign on the dotted line. So you need to double check, you need to fact check, and all of those things will need some more effort from your side. So for some of you, this could be like travels that you're booking. Maybe it's last minute. Sometimes, it's like maybe impromptu. Maybe it's your friends, family that decided to make last minute trips. Now, this could be also in terms of job, like maybe you had applied to some place, you probably hear back from them. Or if you had already interviewed, you probably hear in regards to the results. So there is like a nice activity forward and no more waiting. So I feel that you will be busy, you will keep busy, you will have to plan forward. For some of you, if this is in regards to finances that were held up, I do see some traction in that area as well, like you receiving the finances, whether it's funding, loans, offers. If you're selling something, you probably get some offers or you probably end up selling it at a good price. And now for some of you, this could be also the environment around you, fast-paced environment. For some of you, could be choosing jobs and opportunities that have that fast pace, especially the startups and, other big corporate companies. They do have a fast-paced environment, and depends on the company culture and all of that. But for some of you, this could be your team or your company that in general is fast-paced, like they have fast moving in terms of the project timelines and all of that. So slowness is not going to be a thing for you in the next few days, Taurus. So be prepared for that fast pace. Be prepared for a lot going on. Be prepared to be busy. You might need to make put decisions. You might need to, travel. You might need to respond to a lot of requests. For some of you, this can also be fast movement in terms of your personal life, whether it's starting a personal business or side gig, or even in your personal relations. Maybe you are partnering up with somebody. It could be business, could be personal. Things will move fast along those lines as well. Like if you're planning to get married or if you're planning to take it to the next level, whatever that is on the family front or on the personal front, you will see fast forward movement in that regard as well. The next card you have, Taurus, is the energy of peace. Further, it says balance, harmony, and friendship. Yeah, so after the Eight of Wands is like it'll give you a push forward, right? And it kind of ruffles our feathers because now after stagnancy, after waiting around, now there's so much going on. So it kind of throws us a little bit off because the schedule has changed and there's so much to be done. There's exhaustion and things like that. So after that energy, there is peace out here, which means that things are starting to settle for you, which means that things that were stagnant are now heading in a direction, which will, of course, put you out of your comfort zone. But then, we all know that once we start to settle in that new place, we understand the new setup, the new dynamics, the new energy that we settle into. It feels like, okay, this is where we belong. So it's that energy of a transition to a place of steadiness, a place of belonging, a place where you understand how things function. So so it's that kind of an energy for you in the next few days. So there's going to be balance where if there was too much going on, maybe you didn't have time for yourself, for resting, or for whatever, a certain area of your life that was being neglected. I feel like you will be able to shift your attention towards that and incorporate things that were not possible because of a busy day. You will be able to incorporate that into your life. So harmony is also about, having peace, inside peace, outside peace, less drama, less tension, less conflict, less stress, less, I would say, less arguments. So I do feel that, and this is like flowers when it comes to flowers and peace. It's all the Venusian energy. And Venus is your ruler here, Taurus. So I feel that there is a sense of calmness because you're avoiding drama at any cost. And I feel that this has come from a place of experience over a period of time where you've understood that drama is no good at all. It's your wisdom which is speaking. Venus is also wisdom in that regards, like how you maintain harmony, how you mediate. You could be mediators. You could be resolving situations. So it's the wisdom with which things are done so as to keep that peace, keep that balance, and stay away from drama at all cost. For some of you, this could be, ceasefire energy, reunion, negotiations could be picking up. This is like, things that were left unsettled are now, coming back together for resolution. So this is a resolution energy as well, whether it's in business or whether it's in personal life or neighborhood issues. This could also be playing out in your company or in your environment, even at a global level. You could be seeing some kind of peacemaking initiatives or more calmness and initiatives around bringing and restoring calmness. So peace, so I do feel that, you are going to see that there will be efforts made by you or by people around you to resolve any kind of tension or, to be more gentle and polite with communication and with their efforts and with the ideas that are benefiting each and every one, not just self-centered or, for anybody's personal motives. You'll see that people are coming together with, being more patient, talking to each other and coming to resolution where the idea or the solution benefits everyone. So there is more like a maturity. There is a spiritual elevation also that I'm sensing with this, where you're like, no, my peace is more important than winning any argument, So I do feel that your energy is going to be centered around that, whether it's by using kind of words, or whether it's spacing the arguments out, whether it's not reacting, whether it's choosing the right words in communication, or whether it's staying silent, or just, not letting tempers fly. So there is some kind of a management around that as well. And I feel that you're choosing your people also that have those skills to be able to bring in that harmony and to add to positivity instead of causing any kind of drama. So your decisions will also be around that as well. Now, for some of you, this is in regards to friendship. It can also be in regards to your family, neighborhood, even your office teammates and all of that. So relations are also, at the forefront of it, restoring balance where it was kind of off balance. So those are the themes I feel like will be working for you in the next few days. For some of you, this could be restoring balance in your own body by taking care of yourself, wellness, health, well-being. So you could be restructuring your day to incorporate some, workout plans or nutrition plans during the day as well. But it's a good energy for resolutions, for reuniting, for rekindling, for partnership-based activities, partnership-based investments and projects or side gigs. And the last card for today, Taurus, you have is a message from the universe, and it says, practice feng shui, create a sacred space. Right, so if you see over here, this person is, her eyes are closed. She's in a meditative posture, like a yoga posture. Around her, she has a lot of plants. She has incense going on. She has crystals out here. She has a lot of plants in beautiful vase. So it looks like a very calm Zen space. So for some of you, this energy is encouraging you to build that kind of safe space where you can meditate, spend some time with yourself, align your thoughts, reflect. You can just soak in the calmness and, calm your nerves, calm your mind, calm your heart and soul down. So a lot of spiritual energy over here where, once we have that calmness in our mind, it totally reflects in our external environment. There's incenses and sages and all of that you can use in your day-to-day to let go of any negative energies, to purify the environment. There's crystals out here. Crystals are used for bringing in positivity, boosting of energies, and also for protection energies, for helping us with calming down, for also to build intuition and all of that. So for some of you, that's the recommendation, to work on those aspects of yourself. So basically, it's like we're always out and about doing things, listening to people, even on social media, we're busy out there. So this is encouraging you to spend some moments just by yourself, away from the chatter, away from all of the noise, where you can meditate, where you can write your thoughts down, journal it. Also, you can, maybe you're bringing in plants, or maybe you are a plant lover or trying new things. Creating those spaces is definitely going to purify your air. It's also going to bring in calming energies. And this is really important on a day-to-day basis. When you restore our balance, heart, body, mind, and soul, and emotional balance, everything becomes easy to absorb. Everything becomes easy to interpret. Decisions become easier. Walking through the day becomes easier, So you had the harmony card. So I feel it's just an extension of that. And once we're fully aligned, once we're calm, that's when the universe starts to give us opportunities, because we have the ability to handle it in a more balanced way. So it's a good time for purification, for healing, for resting up, for creating that harmony and peace, so that, we're able to welcome more opportunities. We're able to handle opportunities in a more balanced way. So Taurus, those were your messages, and hope they resonated with you. Now moving on to the sign of Virgo. So the first card you have, Virgo, for today is the Five of Swords. So Five of Swords, typically in the Rider-Waite, will be winning at all cost. But this deck has a completely different energy to the Five of Swords. If you see the picture, there are only 3 swords that you can actively see in the picture. 2 of them are deliberately missing. And Three of Swords, it's not the heartbreak kind of energy. One sword is at the head of the person. Two swords are, pointing downwards. They're heading towards the earth, right? Earth is like a grounding energy. When it heads towards the sky, it's more like more verbal chaos. Here, this is a more grounding energy. So I feel that, and there's also a lot of trees out here. So it's not just people fighting with each other or arguing and all of that. There is also a moon out there. Moon is a more softer energy, right? Moon is a more feminine, calming energy. So I feel that, and also with the Five of Swords card, only 3 swords are shown. 2 swords are deliberately hidden away from the scene. So this is not an active engagement. This is not a verbal battle. This is not about being harsh words flying around or tempers flaring up. This is an energy of grounding things that went wrong. Just knowing the wisdom of it, and the thought that you don't have to fight every battle. Sometimes just backing off from that chaotic situation is the best way to go. Instead of full engaging, you full disengage. Now, this energy is not about creating walls or shutting down or ghosting or going silent. That's not what this is. This is about just knowing when to keep silence because that battle or that conversation or that argument is not worth winning. So it's a very positive take to the Five of Swords, where you see that the environment has a little bit of chaos. People are in disagreement with each other, which happens a lot of times because everybody's made different. They have different ideas. For any situation, whether it's a project, whether it's in your personal life, business, whatever this is, everybody has a different thought process. Everybody has a different idea. So with that in mind, considering that, you don't have to be right every time. You don't have to win every time. And at what cost? What is the cost you will pay for winning that argument? You might end up losing people. You might end up losing contracts. You might end up, with disgruntled people around you, whether in your neighborhood or whatever that is. Is that a pleasant situation? No. So having that wisdom before you engage in any conversation is the point that this card or this energy is trying to make. And also, life and conversations are not about winning. I mean, what is the point? What are you going to get after you win? So I feel that you already have analyzed that there is no gains from winning, and losing is like, it's not, if you're not coming from an egotistical point of view, then you don't care. You're coming from a wiser point of view, you're coming from a more heartful space where you choose peace over drama. So I do feel that this is a shift in your perception, in the way you handle situations. You're like, I'm going to not respond in a chaotic way. I'm not going to add fuel to the fire. I'm not going to add to the chaos. I'm going to be more mindful of what I say. And when anybody has that judgment, in a chaotic situation, to neutralize things, to diffuse arguments, to bring people together, to brown situations, to shift perspectives, that's the person that gets a lot of respect from everybody else, because this is a high quality, to have. This is a high virtue to have. So I do feel that, you're already in that energy of letting go of, petty conflicts. There's no point in arguing and fighting over it. What's there to win and what's there to lose? And with that in mind, you have a lighter heart, to have a lighter, you have less burden on you, because after you win a conversation, what next? It takes a lot of effort to resolve disputes, to bring harmony to situations. So instead of fully engaging in the first place, you back off from that chaos, and it becomes much easier to, once that situation has settled down, has cooled off, which I feel that the intention in this energy is towards cooling off. So there is a cool off, just to reassess, like, what could have been done better? Why was this conflict created in the first place, So there is also a reassessment energy to this. that maybe it was a bad call, maybe it was a bad judgment. So I feel that you're able to analyze that, you're able to walk away from things. If it was a bad negotiation with a business partner or a bad deal, you're like, you know what, now it's not working for me. It's a bad deal. There's no win-win. So I'm going to back off. For some of you, it could be in business as well that you're backing off from people that are, not giving you a good price or a deal or bargain that you had expected or that they had promised. So the shifts like this, you can expect in the next few days, Virgo. I also feel that you're going to be more, more cautious about, which conversation is worth it and which is not worth it. We don't want to destroy our mood. We don't want to drain ourselves. So I feel that you're coming from that stance as well, which is always a good higher picture to look in case of these conflicting situations. The next card you have, Virgo, is silence. And it further says, frozen, no words, stone wall. Now, if you see, it's a snowy area, a place where it snows, a lot of ice on the floor. And then there is this outdoor furniture, which is, I don't know, it's wooden or metal, whatever that is. It's just sitting out there. Now, one thing about, and I really like the idea that the frozen furniture, the outdoor furniture has been shown in this card because, the outdoor furniture, it actually holds up better, when it is cold and icy and frosty versus, versus the rainy days or heat. The outdoor furniture will hold up better in colder regions. It does not decay in colder areas. So in general, the silence or this frozen moment out here is not a punishment. It's not a pain-inflicting silence. This is a silence like a cool-off period, right? It's a time where you take the time off to cool off, to reassess, to reanalyze, to reflect, and see what can be done next, what should be said next, how should it be handled next. Because with the Five of Swords, this is the perfect energy. Even in that Five of Swords, there was a intention to not engage in battle, right? To keep your calm, to check out of that conversation, not go on a silent mode, but just check out of chaos and chaotic situations. And this is just an extension of that. So the silence is about, frozen. Frozen is an energy where, you can take time to cool off so that you're again bringing in peace and harmony in your inner world so that you're able to talk and handle situations in a more gentler way. Now, that could be in your business or your personal life, with your friends, family, neighborhood, whatever that is. This is like cooling things down. Even Stonewall. Stonewall is an energy where there is like an energy of, not engaging in a fight. You cannot, like when you have a stone wall out there, you cannot really, attack each other, right? That's what a wall is created for, to non-attack. So I feel that's the energy of this stone wall, is to cool. So that's the energy of the stone wall, is to cool things down, to non-fight back, to have that clarity, to take a moment to understand things, de-escalating tensions, to not add fuel to the fire, to stay grounded, to stay stable, to avoid any kind of arguments or friction. So this could be in any way. Like, for example, if it's at your workplace, so it's like, you're not going to respond to that certain situation until you have a full perspective on it. And then when you do return back to the conversation, you do it using better words, better tone, so that you're able to resolve things. And even a space out of a few days or a few hours also helps us to shift perspective. It helps us to, calm down and use calmer words to communicate. Now, for some of you, this could be past deals that have stalled. So it was a frozen time where things were getting negotiated and people were, there was a standoff in between deals and negotiations or ideas. It could be in the creative as well, your team members, there's creative conflict. So that project kind of just stayed where it is, and now you're returning back to it because now there is more understanding of each other, more respect for each other's ideas, more tolerance, more patience, more calm around you in your heart and mind. So it's a good idea. Like if anything is bothering you, if anything you feel that would cause, would stir up the pot, it's better to just sit on it for a bit. And, frozen is like stillness, right? So no movement, just stillness to calm yourself down and to be more patient with yourself, to withdraw a little bit for the positive and good reasons. So it's not about creating, going silent or ghosting people and teams and things like that, but it's just about using this time off to get more perspective, to get better perspective, to get better understanding, to cool off, and to see even how did the situation come about. Sometimes we just ignore our own part that we played. So this cool off time can also give you perspective around your contribution or somebody else's contribution. And, and when it's cool, then we're not heated up. We don't play the fiery blame game. We kind of take stock and take accountability of how we added to that situation, So the school off period also helps us to give that perspective on our contribution to the chaos of a certain situation. So it's going to pay off really well. It's a very rewarding energy, Sometimes holding back and not saying anything is the best answer. It's the best sentence, because later on in hindsight, you will realize that it's the best thing you could have done, because unnecessary escalating things could have just destroyed things would have destroyed things. So it's hard to go back, it's hard to fix things to that point. And the last card you have, Virgo, for today is a message from the universe. And it says, allow unlimited abundance. So absolutely, there's crystals out here. So some of you might be working with crystals or believing in the energy of boosting an amplification of energies to crystals. But crystals help really in a lot of ways. They help us change our perspective. They help us gain clarity. They are also protective energies. They help us attract abundance and opportunities. So I feel that's the energy you are in, Each one of us is worthy of abundance. And once you align yourself with that thought that we're capable of creating that for ourselves, we're able to co-create that abundance, attract opportunities, co-creating it with the universe, raising any kind of belief system that limits us, to tap into opportunities, to bring in the success, to bring in good connections, the love that we need, the good health, once we release all those belief systems or ideas that hold us back, that's when we start to grow in every way. That's when we bring in success. We start to see growth, success, prosperity in ways that we had not imagined before. So I feel over here, it's just about your perception. It's about your mindset here, Virgo. I feel you're aligning yourself with those positive energies. You are feeling confident. You are, expressing this is also an energy of gratitude, thanking the universe for sending you opportunities. And so this is also encouraging you to not make decisions from a space of scarcity, right? It's coming, like you have to believe that you're capable of attracting unlimited and creating that unlimited and co-creating abundance with the universe for yourself. So not coming from a space of fear, not coming from a space of scarcity mindset. Those are the thoughts that you will need to let go of or release, and align yourself with forward-looking, more possibilities. And that's when you'll start to see new doors open for you. That's when you will rise up to your high potential. That's when the right kind of resources, the connections that are needed to co-create and to create that abundance will start to show up, will start to line up for you. and things will flow smoothly rather than with the glitches and rather than with roads with bumps. So things will flow when you align yourself with those positive values and positive energies. So Virgos, those are your messages, and hope they resonated with you. Now moving on to the sign of Capricorn. So the first card for today, Capricorn, you have is the Eight of Swords. Now, Eight of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite deck shows a person that is caged in, and the swords are making that cage. The person is blindfolded. And, one thing I had read some time back about blindfolds was the reason why they were put on to people was so that they are able to sharpen their other senses. Like they're able to see from their mind's eye. They're able to feel things from their heart and soul. That's the reason why, the blindfolds were actually used as part of training the person to engage the other senses, like their intuition and, other senses. And here also the person is not visible to us, but I kind of feel that, from a mix of traditional Rider-Waite deck as well as this deck, the blindfold is merely so that you connect with your intuition as well. So your body, your intuition, your inner wisdom will also play a huge part in this energy. Now let's come to this picture. The picture shows some swords that are surrounding this person, and the person is facing, the person's back is facing towards us. And if you see there is a mandala out here, mandala is like sacred energy. And then if you see the swords that are right in front, it feels like a doorway that's created for this person to walk into, and it feels like she's already walking through it. So I feel that, even though Eight of Swords speaks to limitations, caging in, feeling stuck, I feel that it's just something that you're not aware about. Either you're doubting yourself, either there is something you need to actually, when, there's a study that I was reading about, like when people get stuck or you feel stuck, it's better to write down why you're feeling stuck on paper. And as soon as you put your thoughts down, immediately a solution comes up. So I feel that for those of you feeling stuck in any situation, whether it's at work or personal life or a business, neighborhood, friends, family, whatever your situation is, if you're feeling stuck or caged, that's your solution right there. Write it down in words. Write down what's running through your mind, and the solution will pop out of that immediately. And over here with this deck, the energy I feel is already in forward motion because this person is already walking through what I see as a doorway that's created by these swords. So you're right at the edge of a breakthrough. You're right at the edge of a threshold into a new doorway, into a new chapter, a new way. Something is already you're walking towards here, Capricorn. Now, limitations are sometimes, a signature of the planet Saturn. And Saturn currently is in Aries, which is your fourth house of family. But it's aspecting as a square energy onto the 10th house, which is originally the house of Capricorn. So Saturn in Aries, which is in fourth house, is squaring 10th house, which is your original house. So I feel that in terms of career and your plans, Saturn might be making, the presence of Saturn in the fourth house, aspecting 10th, is probably going to make you feel restricted. So in that case, you need to just, talk to people, work out your options, do a little bit of research. If it's in regards to finances, then see what are the alternates that are possible and that you're capable of. Also the Eight of Swords, especially in terms of career, if you're feeling stuck, You can also think about upskilling and networking with other people in your industry. So that might help create opportunities for you. Now, if it's in regards to business and you're feeling stuck, then you should write it down on paper, like what is the reason for stuckness, and your solution will be right there. So for some of you, this could be like you're walking away from situations, from that situation into a new one. So there is something like, I feel like, it's what an exit strategy. For those of you that are feeling stuck in situations, I feel that you're already planning towards the exit. You're already having a plan or formulating a plan towards exiting. Now, if these are certain, if this is in regards to your work, you're feeling trapped or stuck because you're not getting a raise or you're not getting a promotion or your teammates are not real team players, then that's something that you will need to gather the courage and speak to your higher ups. For some of you, if this is not regarding work, it could be something is stuck. It could be a contract that's stuck and you're walking out of it. Or it could be an approval that's been taking way too long. It got stuck and that's keeping you stuck. And now you're looking around to see like how to expedite it or how to move it to another company. So things like that, that have been put on hold or have been stuck up because of some, external conditions, external environment, permissions, approvals, funding, and things like that. I feel that those roadblocks or those problems are going to be clearing off very soon for you. So now, if this is in regards to your own belief system, that you're doubting yourself about your future path, that you won't be able to, escape this company or escape the situation, I feel that when you go within, when you hear your inner voice, I feel you will have that clarity that will help you decide what your next steps are going to be. So that's where your blindfold is going to come in handy here, Capricorn. You sit with yourself and see what your inner self says. See what your heart, soul, and mind are saying without looking onto anybody else's opinions. And once you do that, the solution is right there. The movement is going to be right there. The exit, the plan, everything is going to be right over there. It's going to be really fast and it's going to be really easy. The next card you have, Capricorn, is the energy of trapped. Yeah, so it's just an extension of the Eight of Swords. Further down it says you're stuck, tied down, and captive. Now, I really hope that you're not in, difficult situations with this captive energy. For the most part, I feel like, when it comes to spider webs, this is a beautiful spider web. For some of you, I feel that this web, when you look at it, it feels like a trap for sure. But on the other side, if you look at it, it's a very, creative way for a spider to create this web because it serves a purpose for the spider. It's a structure for the spider. So it has a purpose and it's very intricately woven. So, the spider cannot go wrong and does not go wrong when it creates this web. So it's created by the spider itself. And when it shows up for you, Capricorn, I feel that this web is created by you. The structure is created by you that you're feeling trapped in. So I do feel that, and now when it comes to structures, it could be, and because Capricorn, you're the 10th house energy of, careers and climbing mountains and achieving goals and all of that, I feel that this might be a routine, some kind of tasks that you have, created for yourself, a kind of routine maybe. Maybe you've overcommitted yourself. All I feel that needs to happen is a little bit of readjustment. So if you feel like stuck in a routine, you can always change things up, It's like if you feel stuck in a company, you can ask for some changes, a raise or change of teams, or just more responsibility. It doesn't have to be a promotion or a pay raise. Just asking for more responsibility And doing that well itself will, you know, prove to your manager that it's time for you for them to promote you. Like it'll put you on the spotlight or the line or on the wait list for the promotion if you're not getting it. Now, if this is in regards to your workplace itself, if you're not liking it, then you can always apply. I mean, you can always apply to other companies or network with people that you know are in good companies. So you don't have to feel stuck by the company because nobody's really trapping you. If your trap is finances, then other companies might even provide you better compensation. So it's just a matter of going out there and putting yourself out there in the job market to ride the land opportunities. So I do feel that right now, what feels like a trap, it sounds usually a trap. How can you get trapped by a spider's web, right? So it's very open. It's just a feeling of it. And it's the same with the Eight of Swords. You don't need to end anything, I feel here, Capricorn. You just need to shift up things. You just need to change up things. You know, so put it down, write it down. Like what exactly is making you feel this kind of way? Tied down by, is it resources? Is it by money? Is it by debt? Is it you're tied down by a place? Like what exactly is keeping you tied down? If you put that on paper, if you put your thoughts on paper, I feel that you'll be able to resolve that situation faster rather than worrying about it. Now, for some, like, you know, if it's in regards to finances, there's always, you know, banks, loans, and refinances and financing, and all of those opportunities, borrowing, lending, you know, around the finances are always available. So you can renegotiate the terms and you can kind of arrange the funds if you need those funds immediately. So the point is that instead of breaking free, or instead of abandoning the situation, instead of just cutting loose and cutting all ties and all of that, I feel that there absolutely is no need to feel boxed or to feel tied down. All you need to do is speak up, have the courage to speak up, look out for ways to adjust, to take on responsibilities, or adjust the schedules, or ask for help, or delegate. That's it. So that restructuring itself is going to, you know, get you out of this energy of feeling trapped. And the last card, Puturi Capricorn, you have this message from the universe, and it says, unleash your inner wild child, get up and dance. Yeah, I look at the picture, crystals again. Crystals has been the theme for the earth signs. Here this lady is dancing, stars all on her shirt. So inner wild child, exactly. It's like, you know, through life experiences, through conditioning and adulting, especially if you're adult and all of those responsibilities, we kind of, our childlike spirit gets lost somewhere. And I feel that you're always craving to connect to it. You know, so this is an energy encouraging you to just enjoy, live in the moment, you know, to go get up and dance. When a dance is about movement, you know, when it releases stagnation of mood, of energy. It also helps us to be in the present moment. It helps us, of course, it's a great workout, but nevertheless, it shifts up the energy in such powerful ways, you know. It just, you know, releases those happy hormones, makes us feel happy, elated, you know, just pure joy, I feel. So just be, you know, in the childlike energy. What is a childlike energy? Like to be able to laugh loudly, laugh freely, to be able to express yourself without feeling scared, without feeling afraid. You know, to be able to go out with your friends and have a good time, you know, maybe party, go out there for dinners, for happy hours and all of that, you know. This is also an energy of, you know, just get up and dance. It's like just, you know, let your hair loose, you know, release the burdens. Go enjoy yourself. Go make time for fun and play as well. For some of you, this could be dancing, like as a profession. You might be interested in that. And if that's your thing, then go for it. I mean, there is no need to hold you back in terms of your limitation and restrictions. So don't overthink things. Don't get burdened by things. Just let go. Drop your, you know, let loose your hair. Remove all heaviness that's weighing on your heart and mind. And just, you know, just go dance. and then dancing, connects you not only to the energy, to the high vibe energy in the room, but it also just, for some of you, this might even connect you to people who love the craft. It's like-minded tribe. So you might meet people that are great dancers and things like that. So it's a very nice energy. For some of you might be actually dancers or in dancing professions, being creative out there, expressing new moves. So more power to you if that's your story. But otherwise, it's like, just let loose, go there, meet people, enjoy yourself. And when you go out there, enjoy yourself, be authentic. You meet people that recognize you, that and this energy is very contagious, it rubs off on people in the good way. So that attracts a lot of good, high vibe people into our aura. So new doors, new opportunities, more connection and reconnections is possible with this energy. So Capricorn, those were your messages and hope they resonated with you. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.